Mask. I do not mean some cosmetic mask or some mask from some theater or circus. I mean mask of our expression. How we express ourselves. That is our mask. Because in reality sense, we can have only one feeling, one emotions, right? But when we put on something other, some other emotion on that, our real emotion, so that is called a masking of emotion, right? So if we mask, like we can mask sadness over happiness, we can mask happiness over sadness, right? So if you try to understand this full mask scenario, this mask thing is has been like part of evolution. As we developed our thought process, as we developed the way how to communicate, how to understand, how to have there are many different qualities took birth while we were evolving. So masking also came with that, right? Masking, when we try to understand masking, so in general masking is not good or bad, but we can segregate masking in two parts. We can divide masking in two parts. One masking, we can be keep this as evil masking, because it has only evil intention. On other side, we have a good masking, it has good intention. So if we try to understand masking with these two ways, like evil intentions and good intention, so we can segregate this masking and we can understand, can have a general understanding about this masking, right? So if we try to understand this evil masking, so evil masking is a type of masking which you can like a person put on that mask to express something what they really are not feeling. And if you try to understand, so it goes deep into psychopathy also, because the person who has psychopathic traits inside his behavior or her behavior, or so that person shows some what you can say masking quality. So the person tend to react differently, and they feel differently. They might be reacting differently to us, they might be reacting differently to other person. So there are total intentions, neither they want a good for us. If they are showing sympathy, so that's also just a masking. They do not need they do not want a reality in real sense. They do not want our good. They just want to take out their work or to feed on your emotions, because that's how their intentions are, that's how their mindset is. So these person with psychopathic traits who know very well masking, so they are one of the like biggest threat. They can express themselves as your friend, but with that the same time they are evil inside. They are your biggest enemy. So if you try to understand, on other side, if you try to understand the masking in positive way, so this positive masking is about caring masking. So caring means, suppose you do not want to give hurt to your close person. You do not want to show them that you are suffering through, you are going through any hard time. So you put on some brave mask or some happy mask over your sad, or what you can say, any other mask, right? So if you are putting happy mask or sad, what you can say, courageous mask or brave mask for the sake of others' satisfaction, because here your intentions are only wise, pure intentions, good intentions. You want a good for other person, right? And when you are expecting good for other person, you want a good for other person, so that time you put that mask. So that is called a good masking. So it is good masking, right? Like suppose you are suffering through, as I said already, you can be going through any tough time, any hard time. So that time if you put brave mask, or you put happy mask to show your close persons, your family, your close friends, so that time that is called a good masking. And on other side, as I said, which is bad masking, psychopathy, stress, right? So over here intentions are totally bad, over here intentions are totally good, right? You might be suffering over here, but still you have good intentions. But over here you might not be suffering, but you have bad intentions, right? So if you try to understand masking, so it's a very easy, good masking and bad masking. But if you try to understand in general masking, so what is really a requirement of this masking? So do we need to have this masking quality? Do we need to go through this all the way how to express ourselves, how to put on mask? Is it important? Well, in general, in today's society, if we try to understand, well, masking, definitely it is not a quality which can be appreciated when it is even good masking, because when we are putting on good masking, so definitely we are lying, right? We are lying about something which we cannot take 100% good. I know our intentions are very good, we want a good father, but still we are lying, right? Over here we just can't talk, it's totally bad in all sense, right? But if you try to understand in masking, so masking in good sense still has some like lying effect or a falsehood, right? But if you try to understand, so definitely into, because today's society is very complicated society as we have created it. So this complicated society definitely needs some complicated behaviors. So out of those complicated behavior, our masking definitely can help at some extent, but we shall not take it for granted a quality, because still masking is not something which is a natural thing, right? If we can express, look at animal, if they feel happy, so they express themselves happily. If they feel sad, so they express themselves sad, or same with anger as well, right? But we humans tend to react differently in different emotions. Well, if we are happy, so we might express ourselves as sad or angry, or if we are like angry or really sad, so we might express ourselves as happy. So if you try to understand this, so I believe that natural thing animal express better, because they are the closest to the biology than human today, because human have developed a thought process which has led human to some other path. We are not total biology anymore. I know we are made out of biology, this, that, everything, but still our thought process, we cannot call that totally organic thought process now, right? So if you try to understand, we can conclude in simple, yeah, definitely in today's word is very complicated word. So to survive in this complicated world, we need complicated thought process, complicated expression, complicated our qualities. So with this, so what we can do is that we can literally keep this good side of masking, right? Good side of masking, because sometimes we care about other, we do not want them to hurt, to be hurt due to some reason, what we are suffering, what we are going through. So over here our intentions are good and we are doing good for other, right? So in this sense, I shall say we can go with this good masking, and this masking, the able masking, where which is psychopathy trust. I will pray, please, hope, leave this if you have this, and if you see anyone, so ignore those person or cut out them from your life, because they are totally bad. They are totally negative in all sense. They can't be good with you in any sense, right? And if you have little this, please leave this. You don't need, but you can keep this complicated one, complicated but good masking, or otherwise you can live without mask. Let's see how society could become a great society if it was a reality. But as society is progressing, so expectations to look like a normal, to feel like a normal, to be like a normal has become like a dream. So what we can say, that if I could add little value like today's video, I believe that there is nothing more to discuss about this masking, because if you try to understand, so it is what it is. As I put in front of you, the good or no, this bad or good effect of masking, the good or the bad way of masking, and in general the masking in real sense and the not masking in animal, as I said, animal equality. So I believe that in general your masking concept would be clear with this. And if you have any kind of query, any kind of suggestion, so you can use comment section. And yes, if you did not subscribe by now, what you are doing, please do that, right? Because this channel is all about these things. You can listen other things. There are many video like this, right? So go and watch them. And if you are not doing, I don't understand why. Please leave in comment section what's the reason. Next time I can assure I will take your subscription, right? So by then, please take care, and please put only good mask, or otherwise ignore totally. No masking, no problem. Okay?